fails,
Yeah.
the whole system fails.
Do you sleep easily at night?
Sometimes not, but sometimes yes.
As you said, real people, real money.
Real consequences if something goes wrong.
So, Robert, thank you for taking your time in this beautiful sunny day in
Thank you for
beautiful
having me,
Riga.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we're here today to talk about you and what you do at the company. So, payments product engineering team leader. What does that mean exactly?
Well, for me, at its core, it means that I'm the responsible one to make sure that our all payment-related systems, first of all, are stable, they are scalable, and are future-proof. In my day-to-day work, I work closely with the developers team, QA teams, and the product owner, which in our case are the business.
Okay.
My main goal is to make sure that we are building the right things in the right way, but ultimately it all comes down to the team. I like to think of my team as a very delicate engine, where even the smallest cog or even the gear itself, if it fails, the whole system fails. And that's why I like to think of us that this deep collaboration which we have is what helps us move forward.
So maybe tell us a bit more about the scope, about your domains, what it is that you do as the main guy for payments processing.
Yeah.
Do you handle money? Do you handle the logistics of money? What else is there? Security maybe?
It's all that and everything in between. So we can start with the payment card data collection, the payment orchestration, fraud protection, and ending with some things like which are at the end of the cycle of the payment, such things as refunds or even dispute management when customers are unfortunately not so happy with our services, then where dispute management comes into place.
It's a very serious and very responsible role that you have. If something fails, then all business stops essentially, right?
Yeah. We could think of us as our payment systems are the bloodlines of the company. So because through us comes every booking, every transaction goes basically through us.
All right. Do you sleep easily at night?
Sometimes not, but sometimes yes. It all depends on the day. It can get stressful sometimes, definitely.
I can imagine. Do you guys have like a 24/7 like response force or a protocol that you engage in case things go south?
Yes, so I'm available 24/7, so if something goes wrong, I'm always the first person who will be contacted. But
your girlfriend must be very happy about that.
She's super happy. Everybody, starting from the developers, QAs, are taking really high everybody has very high sense of responsibility in the work they do. So I completely rely on my team to make a product which has very low chance of errors.
All right. And your teams, are they all located here in Riga, or do you have global members as well?
So I have most of the team is located here in Riga, but I also have some developers, single developer in our India office in Delhi.
All right. From what I understand, you guys are mostly developers in your teams, right?
Yes.
So do you focus more on customer-facing features, or are you developing internal tools mostly?
I would like to think about this as a healthy mix between both, because from the client perspective, we start our work where we collect the payment data and transfer it securely through all of our systems. For example, in Europe, there is 3DS is very popular method on how to verify a customer. That would also fall on the client side of things.
All right.
But the rest of the workload is processed internally, I would say.
Okay. So you mentioned internal products. What do you mean by that?
Well, we provide customers gift cards or vouchers which they can apply upon the checkout. Those are one of the internal products which we have developed in-house, which we provide to our clients. There is also an internal tool for the fraud prevention, which is basically an algorithm which is applied upon when we cannot use 3DS process to validate the customer, if it's really him who is buying the tickets.
Okay. So when we're talking gift cards and vouchers, you mean all of our brands?
Yes, for each of
That's a lot of brands.
Yes, all 4 of them.
No, but I mean, do you develop the system specifically for each
So
brand?
this comes with where each brand is unique in its own way. So
Okay.
when we come up with the solution, we need to make sure that this solution can be applied to each and every brand. And even if we want to launch new brands in the future, this same solution which we have already developed can be applied to this new brand.
Scalability.
Yes, the
All right.
scalability is the modern one.
But I mean, it makes your job easier.
Yes, of course.
So how do you acquire new technology? Do you develop it yourselves or, I don't know, buy a third-party solution?
Well, we build features in-house where we can, but we also take a look on what is on the market. If there is some already existing solution which will benefit business and we don't need to build it in-house, we will go that route.
So it's a balancing act.
Yes, yes.
As all things are in life, right?
Yes.
Speaking of new technology, the inevitable question about AI.
Yes.
How do you see it potentially being integrated in your workflow, maybe?
Well, honestly speaking, it's already there. So AI is taking over the payment industry, and one of the spheres where it's more active on, I would say, is the fraud detection. This is where AI plays a major role. Unfortunately, as of now, we don't have any AI models built in-house, but the partners which we have integrations with, where we do fraud detection, checking if it will be a possible fraud, they provide us services which underneath uses AI to make a determination if this purchase is potentially a fraud or not.
Okay, but do you yourself view it as a net positive or a net negative in the grand scheme of things?
It depends on the solution. So when the question becomes between a lot of data points, which is especially in the fraud, where you can check the location, shopper name, is it a repetitive customer, and things like that. So that's where AI can shine and do a lot of things. But in payments in general, we are very strict. There are strict regulations. We need to follow very strict rules, and that's where AI will not help us so much.
Okay, fair. Okay. There is one question that I always like to ask tech team leads. What are some engineering challenges that are unique to your domain compared to others? Are there any?
Absolutely. The biggest difference, I would say, is that the margin of error which we can have is virtually zero.
Yeah.
Because we are working with real transactions, with real money, with real people. And on top of that, there's a complexity of data privacy, which falls under different compliances, and that makes whole thing a lot harder to maintain.
So it's not exactly rocket science, but it's just as serious.
Yes, it just makes a lot of things a lot harder, because even internally we cannot disclose a lot of information.
Sure.
It needs to be very regulated, even internally.
Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, makes sense. As you said, real people, real money.
Yes, real consequences if something goes wrong.
Yeah, knock on wood.
Yeah.
You report directly to our CIO, right?
Yes, that's correct.
All right, so imagine he comes to you and says, Robert, you have the professional freedom to fix or build anything you want in the company. What would you do?
Well, coming from software development background, the very first thing I would like to fix is technical debt, but unfortunately that's not always the best approach what to do. But in reality, I would focus on providing tools not only for developers but also for the business, which would give more insight, more transparency in our workflows, what is happening. And funnily enough, this is actually one of the main tasks which I have received as of now. So maybe the dreams are coming true. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so it's
so
a
dreams
match.
are coming true. Yeah.
All right. So it seems to me that although your job is full of responsibilities, you seem to enjoy it.
Yes, even in the stressful times, I enjoy it. Yes.
But tell me, what makes Dyninno Group specifically your employer of choice?
Well, it's up to 100% the people and the people around me, because even when I started as a junior here, which was, to be honest, already 7 years ago.
Time flies.
Yes, very fast. And yeah, the expertise, the people around me, I have always been this feeling that there's something to learn from, either from the technical side or even from the business side. And there is always this environment where your opinion matters. Even when I started as a junior here, I have had this feeling that when I said something, that was taken into account, and that is also carried over the years. And that just combining with our ownership culture in the company, I think it just creates this perfect environment, and it has some inner beauty in itself, if I may say so.
Inner beauty, how poetic. Well, thank you, Robert. I wish that the inner beauty persists
Yes.
in your next 7 years in the company.
Well, I'm looking forward for it, yes.
And I wish you smooth sailing with payment processes going forward.
Thank you. Thank
Thank
you
you.
for having me.